your plans and how are you celebrating the Valentine's Day with your family, friends, and your love? Becca Solutions, in collaboration with Sammy Flex TV, has done it again. It is the Vows Day special in Dubai with Sammy Flex. Coming this 9th to 16th of February 2023. Minuyaba, with a lot of experience on the desert safari, Dubai Front, Atlantic's Water Park, Dubai City Tour, party in the club, and the yacht party. Now for you, yes, also the romantic dinner party. So package when you know, yeah, 13,000 Ghana cedis. So person new will be each dime back one. Nasa one person would die 14,500 Ghana cedi. Pick your phone, call us and book us now on 0243 514 732 or +971 559 494 061. Habibi, have fun with love.
Me did the young antechua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a bushing for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map him. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka come a bushing for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre Dudu Nani etena kamu kwantin akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo owo so to mfa akosika swane ne mpatamu anase achimota lapa se kosinsawam. Jimmy Dale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, enyane, anasa ade bia wo pebia. So ukoton ko ade a ene bebia wo se wutumwa eye Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto or call us now on 0208-920-996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
And everyone who has Ghana blood in him at this stage is looking so excited because we have won our second game in the World Cup ongoing in Qatar 2022. And because I know that my pundits love football and they understand football, we are going to use our first topic to talk about the match, review the match. How did it go? Our strength, our weakness, our threats, as well as what we have to do to go to the next match and win. The next match is the cracker, because that is the decider. Whether we'll be able to sail through to the next stage of the competition or not will be determined by the next match. Thanks to Suarez. And I hear he's still playing.
Yeah, he's still playing.
So is he going to play in our game?
Oh yes, sure. he will play.
This is where my red card strategy comes through. Someone should just give him put up. Anyways, congratulations to the senior national team Black Stars, and we are going to look at their weaknesses and their strength in this match. And again, we have some other interesting topics to look at whilst you are here. Remember, this is Showbiz Daily, live on Sammy Flex TV, coming your way from Sotum, where Sammy Flex TV is located. Let me say thanks to Digital Rasta, call him Currency on camera, Richie Flex, editor, director of the show. Emmanuel Fowi Lapiji is also the producer, and Gideon Nilam Tessin is our creative director. You know how we do it. We are here to give you all the understanding of what is trending in our showbiz space. Meanwhile, we hear a lady who was part of a pageantry has collapsed, but she didn't die. That is the information we are gathering. She collapsed, but didn't die. She still survived. And we've also chanced on a video from former SM guy, that is Deportee. A video that suggests that he's mocking at Shatta Wale and something that happened just last weekend, where Shatta went to play a gig with Sele, Mr. Drill. Man thinks that Shatta Wale is not getting the memo right. When he took money to go play for Flower Show or the whole show, he did not play that. That one was full of money. But this time round, this show, that is a free show, aka Inobwa, that is what he rather wants to play. We'll also be looking at that. And I know the story of Nasty C. Nasty rather. Did I say Nasty C? No, his name is Nasty. We'll also be looking at Nasty and what he's saying here and there. As it stands now, let's look at Ghana, South Korea. I don't know if a picture of how our group looks like has dropped. If there is a picture like that, I would want us to see it. And let's see our chances where we are placed on the table. And again, what the future looks like for us. Because I know that on Friday, when we lock horns with Uruguay, that match, Sanka, Ghana for that match is where we want to see them. Mumrabe Panishi Suarez Mike.
Ghana was singing Yajuma.
Said I say, a Yajuma, Mumrabe Panishi Suarez.
It's the unim say Yajuma.
Me who be that.
It's Konya where you work.
Potassium magnetic.
Potassium
magnetic, baby. Potassium magnetic and Chencheni radio. You want to see better things, so they should come across. Oh, so since you're on the mic, Ghana, South Korea, your review, our strength, our weakness, our opportunities, and our threats.
Brasa, man, be proud to this match. I told you that I am very even optimistic about this match than even the Portuguese match. That's exactly what happened. In fact, I was even predicting 4 goals for Ghana even in this match. Yes, I was predicting 4 goals for Ghana because even when I saw the formation, with the exception of Jordan Ayew, which I didn't have enough confidence in, I knew that the coach would learn from his mistakes from the Portugal game, which is going all out. Besides, Ghana had nothing to lose even in this match. It was a straight win for you. Either you go home or you go home. You go for the kill or you go home. And that was exactly what the coach did. In fact, playing the formation was I think 4-2-3-1, which shows clearly that he, as much as he wants to attack, he was also very conscious on the counter break, should in case, because we know these Koreans to be very swift.
They are fast.
Yes, and all that. So even though he wanted goals, he was also very conscious of also not conceding,
not to lose his back.
Yes, or protecting the back, which is a very good formation. Other than that, I think it was a very good game. They had just one task, that is to win the match, and they've done it at all costs. Performance wise, I think that the team did very well. I like the composure, just that at a point complacency set in when they scored the first 2 goals. Well, after the 2 goals, when they entered into the second half, I think they were very complacent and very relaxed. In fact,
who would you trace their goal to us in terms of mistakes we committed?
Okay, so since all the 2 goals came from the flanks, I would blame the laterals, those who were playing the laterals. A player like Tariq Lamptey did very, very well, but his recovery whenever he overlaps was one of the problems that caused the goal.
And his overconfidence also killed us.
Exactly, because
was that the second goal?
At a point, he had so much confidence. He was overconfident. That's what I would say, because he had the ball so much, and he was able to retrieve the ball from his opponent so much that he had lots of confidence. Now, one thing that also let him down was the person that he was playing the flanks with. I am talking about the person either playing the seven position, because anytime the lateral defender,
I think that was Jordan.
No, that was Kudus. Kudus and Jordan were switching.
They were switching.
So the person that was he was playing us at that time was the one that also let him down, because what you realize was if a lateral defender overlaps, it is apart from whenever they are attacking, if the lateral defender should overlap, that player in front should be able to cover for him. That is why you would see Kudus even dropping as far as even the midfield or even closer to the 18-yard box to defend. It is part of the formation play, especially when you are defending. So that's one of the things that lets the team down. Other than that, I would also blame the 4 and 5. At a point, I don't know if they were too relaxed for me.
They were missing.
Yes, they were.
The balls were going to end and end.
Yes.
And at every point in time, there was a free Korean standing somewhere.
And you can clearly see that the Koreans now had the confidence that as soon as they cross the ball, it is a threat to Ghana. And all the 2 goals were from crossing. And you would realize that they always sneak behind the defenders to head the ball or to touch the ball. And you are a defender, for crying out loud. The ball comes after the cross. You have about close to 15 seconds to know the direction of the ball. And even if you want to set an offside, you look behind you to see who the last man is before you set the trap. So if you should tell me that you didn't see the defender and they all came sneaking, all the 2 goals were just sneaking to head the ball, sneaking to touch the ball. Come on, you are 2 defenders, and if you watch the match from the beginning to end, you realize that those 2 defenders did not even get close to the center circle. Wow. So they were both behind. And these were 2 defenders on the same line. How could you create such blunders? For the keeper,
such loose mistakes.
Yes, I wouldn't fault the keeper so much, because we all know that our confidence in the goalkeeper was not that much. And that is why I am very happy with it.
But even with this, I think he still gave us some.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Response.
Yes, so I am very happy with the exceptional saves he gave us. You see, yes, you know you don't have enough confidence in your goalkeeper, so you try as hard as possible to protect him, so that should the need come to him and he pulls some of these saves, it is a plus to the team. You understand? Other than that, you do your homework or you make sure you protect him, then you leave the rest to chance for him to come to the party, like some of these instances. So all the same, they did very well. Heading forward into the Uruguay match would be a cracker. In fact, I would want the Ghanaian team to use the Azuma Nelson mentality. Yes, this is
either go for a kill.
Yes, I know we now on the league table, Ghana has a very good position. Ghana has a very good position on the league table. But then you go for the kill, because anything can happen. Today there were some few calls in the game which I would say went against the South Koreans, which they wouldn't be happy from the referee. You understand? And if the table had turned, it came on us, I'm not sure we would have also be very happy. Just like it happened to the Ghanaian team in the Portuguese game. So now we know that in terms of officiating, it can go either for you or against you. But the only thing that can save you is if you are on the winning side. If you're on the winning side, no matter how the officiating goes against you are still sailing through. So we should go with that Azuma Nelson mentality to know that the officiating can go against us and it can go for us, but our destiny is in our own hands to either go all out or go home.
Okay, thank you so much, Roland Amate. Let me go on to Nana Reagan, get his first opinion on our match against South Korea. How did we fare? Nana, a course amount. Okay.
I think I said it here the other day on this same show that there's no way to stop or beat Ghana. I mean, Ghana, for the records, has never lost their second game in the World Cup.
This is how our group looks like. That is the group H. And Ghana is second on the group chart with 3 points. And Portugal is also leading with 3 points. But I want to believe they have a match maybe later this evening. And after that, their position might change. That is if they don't lose. If they don't lose, their position might change. But if they lose, that means it is going to be the way it is. They are playing with which team? Uruguay. And looks like Portugal can do Uruguay.
Should they pull a draw, then it will be a 4-3-2-1 on the league table.
Okay, Nana, continue.
Yeah, so I am not surprised at the results so far. I think that, like I was saying, if you look at our records in the World Cup, we have never lost our second matches in the group stages.
Yeah,
Most
I
of
think
the times
yesterday someone said
we win those matches. So I was very confident that we were going to win this particular match against South Korea, even though South Korea was the favorites in this particular match. But I was very confident that there is no way we are going to lose or even play a draw, because we needed this 3 points very, very well. So going forward, I think that the coach and his technical team should look at when they do the changes, especially that I think in the Portugal game they took the DRU and Kudus out at the same time. We saw what happened. Immediately they were sent off. The 2 goals came in. This particular game, if you look at the match very well, when they took the and Kudus out, we all saw the pressure that was mounted on. So there is a game, or there's a tactics that Kudus and Dede are getting right, and it is helping the Black Star team. So I would suggest that going forward, if he even wants to do that same 2 changes, he should just change Dede and allow Kudus to play for some few minutes before maybe in the 80th minute before he will take him out, because Kudus is the only midfielder that is playing offensive for the Black Stars. The rest are playing defensive games. All of them, they are all playing defensive games.
That means the boys got stamina.
Yeah, so Kudus is he's the only midfielder that can take the ball from our end, turn and attack. So if you take such a player out, then you are going to soak pressure. And you don't defend like that. In today's football, if you really want to defend, you hold the ball. You get a playmaker who can hold on to the ball and distribute passes, so that your opponents who can feel threatened a bit. But if you leave them and you put in defensive mind, you play defensive minded game, and then when the attack is coming, you just balloon the ball, boom, and then it comes back.
The ball come back to you.
Then you get tired. They will get a goal. I think that is one of the reasons why we are considering these 2 goals in every game. So the coach should look at that change and the time.
But if every game you can get 2 goals, you are good to go.
No, not us. Again, we are conceding. We are conceding more than 2 goals. I think the Portugal game we considered 3 goals. This one we considered 2 goals, and I think it was within the same short time. Portugal's 2 goals came. Pow.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
This one to this, almost the same thing.
This one was 3 minutes.
There is something wrong that the coach really needs to look at those things. I think today Jordan, who has been the most criticized attacker in our team, played very, very well. And today let's give it. And I think I'm beginning to think that we shouldn't blame him too much, because the coaches assign him to a role. And that is how he played. Because watching Jordan play at Crystal Palace, if he is playing on the flanks like that, he is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And today, that is the same position that Otoadu played him. And he was able to hold on to the ball and was, doing what was expected of him. So, going forward, I think that the coach should look at some of these things and not, put the team at risk with any tactics or formation plan that at the end of the day, we have to come back and then do something. Let's go in, like Roland was saying, let's go for the kill, and then let's go all out. I think that if you open the game, none of them can play us like that. Just that, as usual as Ghanaians,
everybody wants to tread cautiously.
You understand? Like, the fear is too much. Because if you don't motivate or encourage the boys, like the other day I told you that some of those psychic things is part of football. You have to put it in the mind of the player. And when he goes on the field, he wants to prove that. But the moment they will score, then
the confidence is dying.
The confidence is dying. So when they are on the field, they feel like, already then that is how they will beat you. And that psychological game is very, very important in football. So if they can work on those things as well, it will help the team. They should find a way to motivate the boys and make them feel like they can stand against any team. And Uruguay is not in the like their team is not. They have, like I said, they have that, you know, like fantastic players, individual players, but their team is not that.
Totaling like how many?
The players individually. Hey, almost.
They have Babadi, they have Suarez,
No, they have plenty. Even their defense, Charlie, they are very good. They have.
Bavados on Obi.
Oh yeah, he's there.
Another dangerous.
Yeah, he there. If you could lose a shot of a boy, so I think they've done well. I mean, congratulations to the team for giving us this 3 points. At this point, even if me Uruguay score us, I'll be okay, because I wanted Ghana to
get
come
some
home
points
with a point, like at least 3 maximum points. So we know we are not going to win the World Cup, but we just want the boys to get some confidence and play. We have records there. I mean, the last one we were able to reach the quarterfinals. So let's just motivate them to beat that same record. That okay, if you don't reach the quarterfinal, at least try and something like that. So it was good.
Chamu, come through and
Yeah,
let me listen to you. The reviews of the match against
I remember
South Korea.
I said I need a miracle from them, or when we win, I'll call it a miracle. And I want to borrow this poet from US, Alan Gilbert. He said, when you accept tough job as a challenge to your ability and wade into them with joy and enthusiasm, miracle can happen. When you accept tough jobs as a challenge to your ability and wade into them with joy and enthusiasm, miracle can happen. And I think miracle happened because they were ready for it. The enthusiasm was there from the beginning. Just that after our 2 goals, I think Omo relaxed a bit, and it caused us. I don't know better take on. Within a short time, they want to delay. They are not trying to push forward with.
All right, so the information we are getting from Joy Sports is that Ghana fans are also cleaning up the stadium after beating Korea at the Education Stadium.
Yeah, that's
yes.
good. That's good.
They are doing the cleanup. I mean, the Japan guys
Japan
showed us how
people,
to do it.
Yeah.
So now that they have seen that this is how it is done,
they
are also doing same.
Yeah.
Of course. So we also pay news maba.
Why did they do it against Portugal?
No. That's a crying party. Now that's a crying party. Yes.
So far so good. I think they have done well. It's just that Oliver Twist, we want more.
Okay.
And I think they can do better than what they have done today. I still believe they can do something. Just that my hope in them advancing there is still not high.
Going into the Uruguay match.
Yeah, good. I think we have watched their game, and I think they are not so on top like that. But on paper, I will still put Uruguay ahead of Ghana. Yeah, on paper. But on the D-Day, anything can happen. I mean, some people, you can be a good player, but on a very good a day which is not your day, you mess up. And the way you mess up is because your opponent is also good or doing something that you don't have antidote to, or you can't go against. And I think Ghana can do that and also beat Uruguay. It will not be an easy game like this one. This one wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. And yes, so we can do same and go to the next level. And I think the coach did something right this time around.
Okay.
The new players who came in, the Jordan Ayew and then the Mensah guy, the one at the left flank. I think it was a good decision. Baba Rahman,
but he still came though.
Yeah, he came and we saw what happened, what he did. He's a good player to some extent. I mean, doing the overlapping and crossing is not bad, but his recovery is poor. And his defense, you can't trust him that much. I think the time that the pressure was on Ghana at that time, our both left back and the right back was like non-existent. They were just going through it and crossing the ball. And I'm avoiding hypertension, I tell you.
In the last 10 minutes.
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah.
Everybody was sitting on tenterhooks.
Yes.
At the point, I couldn't even sit down again. I was just standing because Charlie. Hey,
Kwana it was crazy, but yeah, we have gone through this one and hoping to do better even in our next game.
Okay, so let me ask you guys something that is trending online about our coach and the fact that he said Germany is tipped to win. People think that it was a wrong statement for him to have made when you are also competing. Yeah. How do you move away from your team to declare someone a winner? What do you think about that, Jemo?
Yeah, him not being an analyst or a football pundit or something, and you competing in the game. I think there's a diplomatic way to say them, like they are favorite maybe, but you unless the question is when you take yourself out. So when you take yourself out, what do you think will happen? Your first answer should be, of course, we are competing, so I'm expecting my team to win. But then you say whatever you want to say. But he was so straight that you feel like the guy he supports Germany.
but people think that was the truth he spoke.
Oh, of course. I mean,
within him, he knows though he's competing, but he knows he's not fit for the competition.
Yes, but that's why I said there's a diplomatic way to say it. I mean, I'm a fan. I wish Ghana will win the World Cup. Okay. But the truth is that it will be a wishful kind of thinking, not in like when you look at the ranking of the players, the team, everything. Ghana can't win when you look at that one. But when you are also competing and you say it that way, it's different from me saying it. Okay. I think that's why some people are not happy with him. But it's obvious. I can't say that he's lying. Ghana will win. No, you will be deceiving yourself to say that. Just that I wish he would say it in a more diplomatic way than how he said it. Yeah.
Okay, Nana. About our coach declaring Germany as the possible winners of the World Cup against his Black Star team. I think
Well, it's not a big deal for me. I mean, every coach at this point knows at least the first 3 or the first 5 favorites of this particular World Cup. And if we should interview or go to every coach to pick each country, I think Germany and like the names like Brazil and those names will come in. So I am not surprised. I mean, he's not the first person to make such, picks in tournaments. So it is not any big deal. Just that as usual of Ghanaians, your frustrations, emotions, everybody goes and says things like that. I mean, the way he answered the question, I think the question was to pick the team that will win the World Cup. So to win the World Cup, and then he just normally I would like to go with Germany. So it wasn't even like a straight pick like that.
Normally,
yes.
Normally,
yes.
So there is nothing abnormal. Like everything is right for him to go for.
He has other options as well.
But he didn't. He said normally.
So
when he sleeps and wakes up and you ask him, normally he will
no, there's no big deal, brother. I mean, we shouldn't make this one like a big issue. There's nothing.
No, but some people think that should the players see such an interview.
Who players?
The players, yes.
They were part of it.
That's something. How would they feel knowing that this is what my coach is even telling us?
You think it will kill their spirit?
No, the motivation they need to advance.
So it will kill their motivation.
Yes.
But do they even have a motivation in this country? The Black Star team has no motivation.
From where?
From the entire country.
No. From the entire country, they don't need that motivation from us. But for the coach, they need the motivation from him.
I will argue it is wrong. I'm getting what you are saying. You see, The coach is part of the
as
team.
you sit here, you don't owe them any whatever.
No, that's not how we do football. Football, the fans system. Let me make this point. The coach is part of the team. He equally needs certain encouragement, and we as a country, we have killed that motivation already. Oko Germany, I am not sure. You see the comments that we sometimes we sit here and then we make. No German will make that comment.
It is a lie.
Oh,
it is a lie.
Why?
It is a lie.
Who? What?
Are they not
Who?
football fans?
No. Who have you seen? Have you seen some? Have you seen some?
What do you mean by have you seen some? So you want to tell me they are saying?
Have you seen it?
What are you saying?
Nana is on the floor.
I am talking about what I have seen. I have not seen any German, any Serbian, any Brazil, any nobody saying that their team cannot qualify from the group stage or anything.
As much as there are human beings, you get someone.
Just as compared to Ghanaians when we are trending with our national team or even on Twitter saying they can't even progress to anywhere. You are not getting what I'm saying. The energy we are using to kill our own motivation is higher than all the nations that are playing the World Cup. So the point I want to make is that Blaster only motivation beer from anybody. If you want to motivate, the coach motivation alone cannot make Blaster progress from that group stage. It can't. So if you have said the truth, let's just deal with it. There's no way Blaster is favorite for this tournament. They are not favorite. Even in our group, they are not favorites to even progress. So let's just deal with our truth. And if we have already killed the motivation, the coach is adding salt to the soup that we have already cooked for ourselves. And we are here doing what? Okay. I don't see any big deal with it.
Well, I'm sure Anaragan is also losing his voice.
Yeah, because this particular match I was screaming too much.
I am battling with mine here, so you manage it. Ro, yes, the coach's statement and what it means to
I'll give you 1 week, you can't see it.
The whole nation and the players.
Unless
I never even knew he said in the presence of the.
Yes, he said it in a press conference.
I've seen it trending, but I've not seen the original video.
It was in a press conference. A pre-match.
I think today Twitter they gave it more.
No. You see, he is not the first person to make such comments. That I agree. But we all know majority of the outcome of people who make such comments. We all know. Tottenham coach Ikram friend saying when he was about to play the finals with Liverpool, to him he said, "Oh, even reaching the finals was his achievement."
Yeah.
And what kind of motivation do you tell your players? In fact, if a player hears you say this, and after first half they are down by a goal to nil or 2 goals to nil, and you come to the dressing room shouting at them, what are you shouting at them to do? Since you've already you already know at the back of your yes that you are not advancing, you are not going anywhere. So what are you shouting on them to do? To cause miracles for you? You the leader who is supposed to motivate them, because the reason why you are there is because I said that so sometimes it takes somebody who is behind you or who is not directly involved in the thing to tell them that here has fault. Here is where our strength is. This is what I want you to do. That is what I want you to do. So if you come and tell me that in a tournament that you are participating, I like what Chemo said. There are more diplomatic ways of saying it. In fact, it is not like I said. It may be your truth, but it may not be somebody's truth. You understand? And since you are not doing
at this stage, who says you even need your truth?
And since you are not doing it, and since you are not doing it alone, you should be able to think about somebody's truth or somebody's feelings or source of motivation. Maybe to you are already motivated in whatever situation you find yourself, but somebody is still not motivated, and the person is part of you. The person is in your setup. You need the person to mount up that confidence or motivation you have. And such comments can kill those kind of motivation. So you don't make bluntly such blunt comments and say yes. Normally I would tip Germany or Brazil to win the World Cup. Like, who does that in a tournament you are participating? You can clearly say, oh, since I am participating, I would, and we are not out yet, I still see hope for our country or our team to do something.
Do you know sometimes the journalist who was even asking the question, that was what he was expecting?
Oh yes.
Because he knows that I cannot come to you for you to disregard or misrepresent your country.
Then the headlines will be Ghanaian coach tips Ghana
Yes.
to win the World Cup.
Yes.
That's how it is.
Yes.
If you see you are seeing that to be more laughable, but we've seen a certain Germany that even lost their first match to go all the way to win the World Cup. We've seen a certain Germany that lost their first match, who couldn't even beat Ghana, go all the way to win the World Cup, and you want to tell me it's laughable? No, yes, we know on paper the team is a weak link. That nobody would dispute. Even teams that even during AFCONs, we've seen least teams. A certain Leicester City came to win the Premier League in the presence of United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, and all that. And a certain Leicester City came to win the Premier League. What are you saying? There's always surprise in every tournament, unless you want to tell me it is not a football match or it is not sports. And if you say that Ghanaians are more vulgar and more abusive on their national team than Germany, I would beg to differ, because you see, it is because you are here, so you are feeling it. Probably what they are even demanding their team of self is not even compared to. You see, on any day, should the German national team. You see, on any day, should the German national team, right after group stage, gets eliminated, to them it is a complete failure. It is a complete failure to them. Should they, right after the group stage, be eliminated, to them it is a total failure. It is as if the tournament they never participated. You understand? But should the Ghanaian team, right after group stage, even gets eliminated, we are okay. To us, it is an achievement. And you want to tell me that these two people, we see even elimination as achievement. We are more violent and more vulgar than these people. Come on.
Never.
Small thing. Never. You see, there is something in football maybe Chemo and Roland are failing to understand. Do you know why Liverpool have Anfield? They've named Anfield, and when they are playing football and they are coming to play at Anfield, you shake. Do you know why? It is not because their coach motivates them. It is because of the fans. Motivation in football is better from the fans than anybody.
Then after halftime, they should call a fan from the stands to come
you
and
see,
speak to the players.
But let me explain things to you. The coach has technical assignments and other things to instruct to players
Same as
to go and do on the field.
That is why you see a coach.
Relax.
You are not the mic. You are not the mic.
And I can't think it's a fans and conquer support players. If you are failing to understand this simple thing, if after taking a coach, after having your 23 players and assigning a coach with huge sums of money, you still hope that you get fans fill the stadium so that they can motivate the boys on the field of play. That is why we make spectators go to the stadium. The reason why there is a certain Camp Nou, it is not because of any coach. It is the fans. If you go to Bayern Munich, when they tell you are coming to Allianz Arena, it is not because of any coach. The fans they be ball stadium yeah, we are killing our spirit. We will not do. We can't do this. We can't do. I am saying that the coach single motivation cannot do anything.
Let's wrap up on this note.
That's the point I am making. The coach single motivation, it can be, and it is not bigger than the motivation that will come from the fans.
So you think Ghanaians are more abusive than even English fans? What are you saying?
I disagree with the fact that we have killed their spirit because we are not supporting them. I mean, Ghanaians supporting in the Blaster is huge. In fact, at some point we get awards for doing that. At some point we get awards for even doing that. So I disagree that we are not supporting the Blaster anymore. Yes, it has gone down. I will agree with that, and it's because if you are not performing, why should they not support you for? Yeah. Forget about people having that ritual distance. The British, they abuse than any other media. Let's go there. What are you talking about? This thing is part of football. Even Argentina that they have
football fans are always not at one position.
Oh yeah.
When you win,
they are happy. The results you give them.
Yes.
How come? Wait, I'm coming on. How come some matches in these European leagues, when some of the team lose, we see some players being
even hooligans
That's what I'm saying.
causing
Let's get the
troubles and
positions
all
clear.
that.
Our position is that even before we go into the tournament, we are not motivated. But when you go to England, before World Cup, before Euros, they are like with high spirit motivating the team until they play a match and lose. Then the criticism will follow. You are doing it before you enter into the tournament. What spirit are you?
At every point that you get some people like that.
And it's bad.
All of us can.
No, it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad, Master.
Okay. It's still good. So information is that Friday we are playing our next match, which will be our third in the World Cup 2022, and I pray that this time round it happens for us again. I know some people are scared of the Brazil factor. What they are saying is that should we even qualify from that stage? Because they see us qualifying from the second position. If you qualify from the second position, it means we are going to meet Brazil.
We will score them.
Now that is the fear of me.
We've scored them before.
And I don't know if some magic can happen for us to go and occupy the number one spot.
When we win, we will have a better chance.
When we win?
Yes, when we win, we will have 6 points. We will get 6 points. So we will have a better chance.
And
then the Portugal also winning, we will have 6-6, but they will use goals.
Portugal has no goal. We have +1 goal.
So
Ghana has no goal. Portugal has one goal. Oh yes.
So I think that the best thing for us is to win our games. That's what we should focus on. When we win, we have a better chance of even topping the group, because Portugal too can also draw or do something. So the best for us is to win and just forget about the results that will come. Now our focus should be winning our next match. We will stand a better chance to even top the group.
Uruguay, and I hear Sefele Suarez is still there. The meaning of Sefele is someone who sing has been. That's the meaning of Sefele. We hear he's still there. Now back to Ghana. We hear a lady who was contesting for a beauty pageant, that is Miss Golden Stool, has collapsed on a stage. And after watching this video, so many school of thought are coming out. Some people said maybe it was even staged. Maybe someone promised her a bigger deal, like, oh, there is a car on it. If you have some jewelry in the bank, go and bring the jewelry and put everything into the voting. You get the car. Now the jewelry is gone, and she couldn't win. Some people say, did some guy chop her something and gave her the promise that, oh, this doggy they give me there, you are the winner. In fact, you have won. After giving the doggy, you have won. And the lady collapsed. Once again, there are others who are even blaming those who were on the stage at the time she fell. They thought that, or they think, they did not even care about humanity. Someone is collapsing and the MC was saying, in fact, so many issues are coming up. Let's go watch this. And I wish we even know what is latest on that, as to whether she's fine, wherever she is. I wish we get to know all these details. If producers can help us with that, sorry about that. If producers can help us with that, let's see how best we can advance this particular angle. Now, let's go watch it. When I come back, we are going to discuss what might have gone wrong before she fell.
Obroni at the 5,000 Ghana cedis and a coffee. Abotre. Obroni at the 5,000 Ghana cedis and a coffee. Abotre. Obroni and a D second. One no and a first runner up. Afe. Me that say, Mr. OK from Paul. Passage ni to Nico Mami. Okay. Yes. Obroni na your first runner up. Obroni jina chemae. Okay. Me pacho. Honorable Joycelyn Tete. Mr. OK Yadase. Honorable Joycelyn Tete, MP North Day. Me pacho brainy maye. Okay. Yadase. All right. Abrewanana. Okay. 81st prize presentation. Yadamwasi Ebusiafo. Aha. Any the Miss Golden Suit 2022. AC. Adum TV Damwasi. Me pacho first prize. Neka no mo function in same.
Okay, so that was the grand finale of Miss Golden's 2. It happened at a conference center yesterday. And I want to believe that so far, the story is not even about who won. The story is about how the lady collapsed, how she was ignored, and what might have triggered her to collapse. Nana Regan will start this for me. Nana, what do you think might have happened?
There might be a lot of factors, but I am just assuming maybe Okobet.
I'm funny too. I'm funny too.
So, right, you know, Ghana beauty pageant contest like this, sometimes there's a whole lot of stories to it. I have followed one in years back, and sometimes the things that goes on with the announcement of winners and the contestants and other things like that. In fact, some of them cannot even be said on this platform. But I want to believe that maybe she was just overconfident. She was full of herself, thinking that this one dear and
I'm winning.
I don't know if someone also in there, like a technical person, be in there, also assured her of victory.
I'm sure she had some information like
yeah, I'm sure. You know, Ghana, the BBI possible. Somebody can just call her in the morning and say, oh, to our gym now. And for you to go, and then they will mention your name as the first runner. And normally, I mean, with such situations, you know, it is either you are not expecting your name to be mentioned as the winner, and it will come with that shock. I bet me I lead it to that collapse now. But for you to be second runner up and be because of certain assurance, some efforts she has done aside the things that she was doing on stage in front of camera. Maybe she has done certain things, you know, behind the scenes, thinking that Charlie, the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm doing, me more money now, man. And so, Mama made me. Why keeping me? I'm a national security boss, and me. Mama made me. Mama made me. I'm so no matter. I mean, it's a sad story. The fact that she collapsed and the people there were not as informed. The person was like, actions are not in nature. Say, "Bibi, nipano," and you people were like the MC crying. Yeah, fine. You know, crown man. They check in the crown man. Yeah, fine. There's Saturday and fine. Also, only nanching. Yes, I say, I mean, they should pay attention to
shift electric collapse. When the real shift electric collapse,
it's not funny. But it's a serious. And I think organizers for some of these events should look at some of these things. Nipa no collapse said the way it might be something. What I say. So they should check some of this, and when they are seeing some of this, at least Monfa camera and crown to MC in the so, and then attend to her. Say more the neighbor call backstage, you say more by any then just do something. I mean, this is not the first time BBC is. I think say Britain was saying fine, and also no pony the any out of shock say Aboni Dean as a winner.
Oh, okay.
Yes, one Miss Sosa was a one on the same beauty pageants issues now. On the Aboni Dean and Ubuku to or collapse.
Wow.
So they should check because
I think it's a shock.
Yes, on only the NBS are shocked because
no, we a shock.
Shock. We're shocking it. You may do shock. You know, but we're shocking as a beer. Why was why you demand the better Jina on the more chance say, baby, and then they will just mention your name like that, and maybe looking at the crowd to respond to the fact that who didn't a boy, you know, a bit me the sang manaba. And me, I will say that the organizers should watch it next time because Abia, I look say, you didn't call, you know, Nehwatana waiting me about your channel. Namen Fasamba, what the neighbor call on back. So you should be careful and detailed to some of these petty incidents. Yes, such places, and yes,
okay, Ro, continue from there. You have been doing events, and what do you suggest might have gone wrong?
Yes, I mean, a lot. I see lots of.
And again, let's look at it from this angle. Beyond the fact that the whole thing looks a little funny and all, let's look at this angle of when it comes to beauty pageants. What kind of security?
I think it's a Paraguay, not
Paraguay. Yes. What kind of security do we have to provide for them? Because it comes with shock. It comes with shock. And anything that comes with shock, something can happen to you if you are the one. So moving forward, should we take a cue from this, or have they been doing that? That, you're quite beauty pageant, but still, there are some paramedics around, there are some ambulances around. Do we do some of these things?
Since it is a competition, I think there is the need to make provisions for all of these things. Music competitions, whatever reality show, that it is a competition. Even football crowd, there are paramedics, there are ambulances, there are all those provisions there. But I want to tackle this from the event point. You see, beauty pageantry in this country, you have no idea the kind of drama in beauty pageantry. Like, you have no, to some people, this beauty pageantry is more than even Blaster Sebo match. Forget everything. The whole Ghana was beautiful not long ago. There was even one contestant who was even eliminated prior to the final 4 or final 3 or Mobeko finals. You should, even people sent a petition to court to even put that finals on hold. So you can imagine the kind of politics that goes through it. This is a whole cocoa business for people. So me, when I saw her collapse, I was like, okay, it is one of those huge investments going down the drain. So I am sure she probably might have invested more than this. And there are some few things that would lead to some of these things. You see, the MC did not even care about whatever was happening to her.
The MC did.
Yes, first of all, you can clearly see some sort of commotion or chaos in front of the stage. Yes, the fans were supporting. Some were doing, there be yempene.
So the fans were even against her.
Yes. And all these things, yes, all these things, they had to drag him off. All these things are part of the drama that these people cause. So me, even the collapse in the crown is the collapse is just just a section cry. And I am sure because of some of the things that probably the lady in question and her followers have been doing in the competition, it is one of the reasons. And you see, all of them, they know the politics in that on that field.
Game, yeah.
So whatever happens, it is if you happen to be the winner,
Just be once and now win another lady. Yeah, I thought so after election, no campaign. There is no need for you to agitate. There is no need for you to go and say, hey, why are you saying I don't deserve it? No. Let those who are on the leading side wail, cry, do whatever they want to do. That's it, because you've been able to play your politics right. Some people, the background works there. Even the whole Ghana most beautiful near the idea, you will see them. You see, I see whenever it's going on, people, I see when I read comments like, hey. if it's ongoing, and I sometimes I go online and I read some comments like, hey, this girl's performance there, I'm sure she is going all the way to win the crown. And some of these things I laugh because to some people, so far as they are representing the region, it is a whole cabal following them. You see the chiefs, the queens, and all these people getting involved. And when you get some of these people involved in politics, especially of this nature, come on, anything is possible. Anything is possible. But my sad destiny is about the fact that all of them were very careless on the day. In fact, anything could have happened. Aside even what happened.
Nobody thought about the girl.
No. Aside even what happened on stage, the girl collapsing, if it was indeed her health in danger, they would have left her to die just like that because of those nonsense politics they were playing. And even aside her collapsing on stage, the kind of chaos and commotion that was happening in the auditorium, there was not even enough security to even keep them in check. And anybody go haywire, carry something, hit somebody right now, it would have been a different case altogether. And what will happen to whatever brand that you are trying to build? It will all not make sense at the end of the day. It will all not make sense, regardless of whatever politics you try to play or whatever PR you want to do. It will not make sense. There wasn't even enough security at the events grounds to even protect some of these nonsense. Yeah. And a lady collapsed for about, let me say, 2 or 5 minutes. And even the person that was even trying to assist her, the sad thing was that even left her like that. Like, hey. Girl, this is where's the come.
Yes, and then the money collapse here. God, nanim crying.
So Obroni.
Or protecting dummy check the chain.
Yeah, so and you see,
I'm Jan, I'm Kofa. Don't be checking them.
And his scan. No matter the investigation that you do, you see the winner that has been crowned. There's nothing you can do about it.
Something can be done about
it.
Yes, something
can be done about
it.
No for that.
Something can be done about the events.
No, you see, it is one of those things. And you see, some of the girls too, the girls are not smart.
No, let's give them an ass. Honor is open.
The girls too at a point, they are not smart.
What do you mean by they are not
smart? You
smart?
see, you go into a competition with an open mind. No, it is a competition. No matter what you invest, you can lose. That is it. And you see, whenever you're entering into a competition, you should be able to plan at every stage that you get what you are going to use that for. There are some people that have won these crowns and it has amounted to nothing. People have been runner-up, second runner-up, first runner-up, and are even doing more exploits than even the people with the crown. We are here. We've seen so many of them. Even with music reality shows, those who win crown,
some of them, they don't
so the fact that you don't win or you become a first runner-up or second runner-up, even almost film cry in eviction stage, couple sometimes see themselves as winners already or even capitalize on it. Okay. So unless you want to tell me, say, whatever position that you get in that show or on that platform, no, who you won't even find other than the crown, then there is no need even participating. Until participating, said
okay, let's go to Chemo to speak finally.
Yes. And it might be surprising me, mom. On the show, no Miss Gooding Studio, a show for Ashanti region alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, only Ashanti region.
Yeah, it's a golden stew. Ain't it only for Ashanti? So.
Oh yeah, it could be golden stew and still.
Oh, in fact, almost the people from Ashanti region, like other towns and cities around Ashanti region, almost they represent. And we say no, Ade Penano or no free meme the winner. And you know they will lose any free offense. Obruni, aka Abigail Jude, or no free offense. And Ade Penna free meme. Oh, and a meme for the Ashanti region.
Okay, Ashanti region. Okay, yeah, Ashanti region.
And you know, I think they surprising me why the finals at Accra Conference Center, and it will cost a lot. Say Ade Penna any Abigail Edini Nipa or Basil.
I think over the years they've been doing it in Kumasi.
Yeah, because it's Kumasi event like. And you know, Omobe Basi Nipa fans Abba. I will do Abeda Hotel, Ebery near Adia. Na.
Also, that's
the one population. Yeah. You can see that she had the fans. In fact, you need baby identify, but I think. Former Ghana most beautiful winner, Equia. She is the
founder of this
of the event, and I think she should come out and say something about it, or what is happening, what is going on, and what happened to the lady who collapsed. And it fake.
No,
collapse way there.
Why do you think it's fake?
Oh, say that now that one. Guy back try say Opedan and Sakakra. But who say the mode do not say Jam? Who say now all that?
So who made it fake?
The fake is Obia collapse ain't mean Pejanensa. If you look at it carefully, you will see that she was no or yes or son is an open who Obia. I said what collapse and cat Ninsano. I ate the hockey car.
Total collapse. That's what I was about to say. Like, I didn't to be on now. I want to just lie. Yes.
Partial collapse there. Wow, we okay. I'm sorry. I don't know Mujano. No, I think they saw say as a or dramatizing. So I mean, it's not fair when you have that high expectation, hoping that you win and you don't win. It's sad and anything can happen. But I think the drama she couldn't perfect it to maybe get the sympathy that she was looking for. And you know, collapse with the Azar collapse. Azar collapse and yeah, and like
was that chaos? Oh yes.
They were like the people outside the old man or through stage, you know. Or through stage, you know, all the tenants are not but Adepen was just happy standing there waiting for her crown. I mean, yes, and this is not the first time I all contested for such a thing. I think IBM and J, or more face of IBM and J. Yes, and she was the third runner. Yeah, she was the third runner up for IBM and J's. I think Journalism Institute in Kumasi. Yes. Yeah. And you know, or also she was ready for the game. I think she knew or had the experience to win, as compared to Abigail. And you know, yes, and you know, whatever it takes to win, she was in it, and she did it so well, and then she won against Abigail. Collapse, but Nicholas in the FIC. Onya is that's not a good.
Alright,
a good collapse.
We played Brazil in the friendlies, eh?
Yes.
How many did they score?
3.
Okay.
No, it was because our defense was not.
When your vision.
Oh, not More Catalan than maybe never.
Usume collapse and start imagine that.
And not Ghana, Brazil, been there. Yeah, today I'll talk about that later. I wanted to confirm. Like, now that I've confirmed, I'll tell you guys later.
Take
So I know. Okay, so around the SM camp, my producer just showed a video to me. And this video is coming from Ras Deportee, aka Idris Yusuf. Huh? And Ras Deportee is mocking Shatta Wale in this video. In the video, he was talking about the fact that Shatta Wale, though he did not mention Shatta Wale, of course. To us who understand, we understand. And if you know, you know. He was mocking Shatta Wale for not playing the Volta Region show. That is the Hogbe Chocho show. That Shatta Wale said things did not go well, so he was not going to play. But then was mocking at him for going to play at Mr. Drew Sele show. And also alleging that Shatta Wale has pushed himself onto the Afrochella show. And that he was not even called like that. He went there, lobbied to have his name on the bill, according to him. And so far, if you go online, I've seen music fans, especially fans of Shatta Wale, who are going after Ras Deportee, lashing him left, right, and center. As it stands now, until something comes up that I can say I saw, I have not seen any response from Shatta Wale yet. But it is the fans that are rather going after Ras Deportee. Then I'm asking that when it comes to our industry, the people we worked with before and maybe no more working with, do they always wish us bad? Or how do we even interpret what Ras Deportee was doing? As followers of the industry, how do we interpret what he was doing and the ramifications after this? Or better still, some of the consequences that are likely to come out of this. Because one, we know that until someone says something, nothing happens. We can use the Bulldog Shatta Wale example, where Bulldog put out details of Shatta Wale's GOG album. Shatta Wale was not happy about it. He started saying some things. Now it is Ras Deportee who is putting out allegations, who is saying that Shatta Wale is supposed to play bigger shows or better shows and take money, but he now prefers to play free shows. How do we understand Ras Deportee's actions and what are some of the consequences that are likely to come up? And even should anybody react and maybe overreact, who are we going to blame? Let's watch the reaction from Ras Deportee. When I come back, we're going to have a conversation on this.
This world, the world no balance, boss man. The world be street. Artists they go pay you to come and perform. You say you don't go perform just because. This world, the world no balance, boss man. The world be street. Artists they go pay you to come and perform. You say you don't go perform just because something didn't go right. You don't go perform, but they don't pay you. You don't go perform free show. Free shows you did perform for now. There's another big show that is coming in Ghana December. Nigga go back to play. You know it's you. You won't use your brain. Now the brain they use you. Make you give our award. Free artist of the year goes to Pale Pope Selo. This one, the one no balance. Just check yourself, my guy. Do the right thing. Stop performing free show. You'll be big for that.
Well, Roland, let me start this with you. let me start this with you. And how do you interpret Ras Deportee's actions, and what are some of the consequences that are likely to arise out of what he's doing?
Ras Deportee, he's a very interesting character. Looking at what he said, Well, to him and the position that he finds himself, I am not so surprised though. I am not so surprised, but we all know the consequences that, or some of the reactions that comes with these kind of actions. Okay, so and there have been examples. We can name so many of people who have like approached people with certain form of action, and we've seen how they react. In fact, most of the times the reactions are so unpredictable. Yes, you can predict that, oh, this person would keep quiet and would not react to something like this, but before you realize, boom, and might even overreact. Some people would also, whilst you are probably expecting them to react, would like to keep silent and maybe retaliate on a different field or in a different environment or even some other time. So it happens like that. Looking at or listening to the statements that he's making, if he's referring to Shatta Wale or whichever artist that he is referring to, because like you said, he didn't mention any straight name like that. But if you know, you
but
know.
we know who was
Yes,
taking the
yes,
bullets.
that's why I'm saying that if
Yeah,
you
we
know,
know
you
the
know.
target. The target is so
If you know,
obvious.
you know. The things that he mentioned, looking with the fact that okay, he was built for a show, supposed to perform, and I am glad he shot himself in the foot in that statement. He said something did not go right. Something did not go right. So I am just asking myself, okay, if Deportee, I ask him to go do something for me, and he goes and he sees the environment as very hostile, and as that he would want to save himself or even his life and doesn't do it, but rather goes home to sit with his family or friends, which he would not be paid for doing that, but receives his peace. Which one would he prefer? That is the question I would want to put out to him, because it is the same scenario he just narrated.
Okay.
So if Shatta Wale decides to go and perform on Mr. Drew's show, and he has a problem with it, I'm asking myself, aside the fact that Shatta Wale has more fans than Mr. Drew, are we saying that it is Shatta Wale is far better for Mr. Drew to come and perform on his stage, and Wale not reciprocate that kind of gesture? Or Wale is more of a human being than Mr. Drew? Is that what he's saying? If that's what he's saying, then it is very, very unfortunate coming from him. And especially,
he's supposed to be
yes,
an industry guy.
and you are supposed to know better. In fact, when we say somebody is big, when we say somebody is huge, it all depends on the number of people who revere that person. And even the quality of people that show you respect even amounts to how big people see you. So if Shatta Wale is able to bless a stage or bless Mr. Drew's stage, and out of that respect, Mr. Drew also decides to reciprocate this, it is a huge win for even our industry as a whole. Let's not pitch some of these things, some of these artists against each other in this way. This is very childish and very uncalled for. In fact, it is not only Shatta Wale that we saw at Mr. Drew's stage. Sarkodie was there, Stonebwoy was there. So are we saying that all these people are less of artists? Or it takes that tag away from them, or it reduces their patronage? It is this. And if let me also tackle the fact that he said there is a certain show coming in December, and man went to beg. You see, what Deportee is failing to understand is that it is show business. There is the show, and there is the business. You see, we've even if Shatta Wale is performing on Afrochella for free, even if he is performing on Afrochella for free, and Deportee has a problem with it, and Shatta Wale doesn't have a problem with it, then Deportee is a joke.
No, he says something. Actually, what he was saying is that he meant the man he was mocking at thinks he's using his brains on people. But unfortunately for him, his brains are using him now.
You see,
because what he won't do for a fee or for a certain condition, he's not doing it even for nothing.
He said the man is using his brains. He thinks he's using his brains, but now his brains are rather using him. You see, before you say somebody is a failure, it all depends on the outcome of the move the person makes.
And the results of the person's
actions.
Yes, that's it. That's it. So if man thinks that okay, even the one that he's being paid for, he no go perform, but the one that he wants to beg, probably you have no idea whatever conversation that went on that even made him to go and beg to be on that platform. You have no idea what he is hoping to achieve. Perhaps it's a stepping stone for a bigger deal for him, which you are not privy to.
You might not even know.
Yes, you might not have that kind of information. Perhaps he has certain, that's why when we were talking about the beauty pageantry, I told them some of them are not smart. Because stage let's not reduce lobby to being a pauper. Let's not do that, because that's what he's saying. Even if man went to beg, in technical terms and in our line of duty, it is lobbying.
Okay.
It is lobbying, and it is part of the game.
It is not evil.
It is not evil, and it is not negative at any point in time, unless Shatta Wale wants to say that, hey, right now there, he doesn't have any show on his calendar. In fact, he is completely free, and nobody is calling him, and he goes to beg. Then Deportee has every right to come and mock him and say, so looking at all the caliber of artists that you are and all the fans that you are still begging for shows. Deportee can come and do that. But since man is busy, he has collabs, he has so many things on his calendar, and decides to lobby for more, you think it is negative. Deportee should come again.
Okay, Chamo should come next on this.
Yeah. I don't know the angle that Deportee is coming from. I wish he would have do more or say more things for us to know why he's saying that. Because yes, even on this show we say that people should approach event whatever with business mindset. Don't just go there, boss, so I beg, make you help me and all that. It will not help anybody.
Go and kill the business.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that you can't do things for free. Because even some of us, we, after giving all this advice, there are certain jobs that we do for free. But we also get social capital from them.
Yeah.
So it's not free.
So the
like
one
that.
you are not taking money for, you know what
I
you
know
want
the
in
value.
return.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know the value I get for doing it for free, and the social capital I built based on that. So it's not free like that. Even when you have that business mindset, you will know that no, this is not free. I will get my thing from maybe my next one, or within a short time I will achieve what I'm looking for. So even if he's going to play for free, I think Shatta Wale will not just get up and say no, let me go and play this show for free. No, he will definitely
even after listening to Deportee, I was asking myself, why is Deportee asking like he doesn't know Shatta Wale?
Yes,
Shatta Wale like going to play
no,
that's nothing, for no interest. He has an interest.
So support your own. Ebini na Shatta
Yeah.
And it's not like nothing as Deportee wants us to see it. Definitely Shatta will get something out of it. Maybe not in monetary terms, like direct like that.
It could be,
but obviously, yes,
intangible thing.
Yes. So I'm surprised that he's going that direction. And again, with the Mr. Drew thing, it wasn't only Mr. Drew that Shatta was going to play with. I mean, there were other A-list
all the top artists in Ghana were there.
So what is the what is the point? And where do you want Shatta Wale to be? If he is not going on a stage that all the A-list musicians are on, what stage again can he be on? And you say because it's free. Why should he charge in this case? He is just strategic. He knows when to charge and when not to charge. So it's wrong for Deportee to go this direction. I mean, if he was talking about Shatta Wale, then I think he got it wrong. He should come again, because this one, I mean, the reasons or the things that he's using to say that Shatta Wale is not using his mind, or the mind using him, I mean, this is the best decision a musician in his peak at this time can decide for himself. he has to be in all the big shows that you talk about. So why would he sit down and say that if I'm not getting anything, I won't go? No, he will get something out of performing in these shows. It's not the free as he sees it.
It's not
maybe
free.
No, maybe we should advise him that before he comes out like that, he should do more checks, try to find out exactly what is happening before he can come out and say and give us more detail than what he did. He should come again. I mean.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. Nana Reagan, as a road manager, how do you also interpret this?
First of all, I want to tell Deportee that lobbying is very important for every productive business person. Very, very key. I am not surprised this is coming from him because knowing his position then and now, his relationship with Shatta Wale and how it
has gotten sour,
and all of that. I am not so. This is clearly somebody who just wants to tease or just say something to mock a fellow who he doesn't have anything to do with again. So me, I'm not surprised of anything he said. It is not as if he doesn't know lobbying is important in business. He knows, but we say a boy we on power some or say now asa ebu ne pound say watch it yes no oh come oh bonnet yes
I know oh chow pa say me pan
asa ne be time asa na time and the oh bonnet who knows no as o kasa na time and it's I be no you know. And I mean, let's just, me.
Some of our proverbs don't make sense.
Oh, this one makes sense. This one makes correct sense.
Oh, now what's you don't get it. If I am dancing, I'll dance it right. So if you want to imitate my dancing, I'm nobody on the chair. Okay, I wonder what's up.
Okay, let me explain it in this direction for you.
The meaning. What it means is that the one trying to imitate you will make it look bad for people to say, hey, you get it. The person is representing you in a bad way for people to talk about you.
Let's even use our cultural dances as an example. If somebody wants to dance, let's say Adwa, and he presents it in a way that people will mock maybe Ashantis or something. If an Ashanti is doing that same, it will attract you. It will do it very beautifully for you to see that yes, or ye be biama or aso. So, me, Deportee should know that every action has consequences, and at this point, we can only advise him that partner our family, who say consequences a bit in Yaba. Recently, we know how Bulldog and Shatta Wale issue started. It was some of these things, some of these comments, just to, like make people ridicule Shatta Wale or mock Shatta Wale, and to reduce his value. I don't know if that is their motive or the main agenda in some of these things, but they should know that it has consequences. And they, in baby, a Shatta and Bulldog as a makakudru. And Shatta's reactions out of anger to some of the comments Bulldog was saying on social media and on traditional media platforms and other things, Emma, in reaction at the buy. So he should understand that whatever that he is saying, whatever things that he is saying in videos, it has consequences. If Shatta Wale should also come same or react in same direction, not say the before for a bar. At that point, if anybody has any advice for Shatta Wale, let's start advising Deportee now.
Yeah.
So that because this is the action that will bring that reaction.
Yes.
So the best way to avoid any future and all of that, is to halt or advise Deportee to, cease fire. If not, and Shatta Wale also comes in maybe some of these things, but on Kasa or China Besa be a mena, not or person or war, it be a war now obey. I can't uncle go baby papa. After I find some be and then people and I don't know Ghana for Yana or Master, and then people will just want to look at the reaction. Now, whatever Shatta Wale is going through for putting this thing out, you have no idea. Nobody is talking about it.
Already, man is going through a lot.
You understand? Nobody is talking about it. Nobody, and you know this has been their game, especially SM fans, and so he's just doing exactly what SM fans do to their opponent, that like their rivals. Oh, wako patcho na wako yama wa yesi na wako patcho na wako nya feature na wako patcho. So I grown this series no more this series. Now he's just trying to sell Shatta Wale out to, let's say, his opponent's, you know, fan base. So that now they will get weapons to come and attack him and say, okay, okra Afro Nation, okra pona yefa akoto say, your favorite, you know, yetuaneka or yentua ka patch. Afro Chella, sorry. So that's exactly what he is trying to achieve. So that maybe other camps, you know, will just come at him, come and throw him on social media, laugh at him, mock him, and all of that. But every action be our consequence. So he should be very careful if he doesn't want, unless of course we're preparing and want to say, okay, whatever consequences will come, he was going to take responsibilities for it. And Ghanaians should understand it like that. If that is the case, then we all know how Shatta Wale also reacts to some of these things. If he starts, Mama yen share reaction and kwan yen can immune na mama yen yet say re fi say ahana agoro ne start fie and I say na ko na me de bia me come so obi a ya bono so tro no wa wo gine chiri no enye wo na wo determine reaction ni panema because so tro bia wo message send ko brains wa wo gine je na wo spectator no that message no want to be who the winning name was so tro no ko say when say obeti na your commentary but man Jani Pan at that point Jani Pan whatever reactions obey you know we announce you will be big can yaka but also the o kan the kasa bo ahye ne yema as a wabu obi na wabu no brand so me I would wish to say Deportee would stop some of these things. Yeah, I really wish because on me way they say na you can omunjai na I would wish that Deportee would stop some of these things. I don't know if he's also loving the attacks from the SM fans or something. I don't know because a woman I say we jai a woman who are tuba fans and I don't know his motive for doing some of these things, but I don't think it's a good thing. If you have any critical issues in the industry to discuss and talk about Shatta Wale, it is allowed. Nobody will stop Deportee say oh, and then now only Shatta and then mobile enemies in the industry maybe can Shatta Wale involved and but if you want to say it and say it right, but to put the person up for ridicule and some of these things, it is not the best. Lobbying and ya the bonnet Ghana hanomana ya lobbying ne sanya manyamana say obi ko na ne esrew nti amankofo bebre na nkofo bebre mudi hia kra because oma nyem opportunity munya platform be osan committee me lobby take advantage of certain things oma nye omo de omo sasho mu demri femu akwa bi enyi ohyi obi o so timi de no hu wura nipa ni mu kopa bibi ba fie no onye because onim so yeah be ka oh ya ho hwehwe de hwehwe ni mu na wan na aka sem basa na asero ba ultimi kwaye na kwaye ba na di bibi kese ba san crofo na betimi asa abo aba so bi mu kra betimi asa afra wa besredi enti e be sere on sisi fire no njai sade no.
Okay. Deportee is my guy, but sometimes I think the fact that he has an issue with Shatta Wale doesn't mean he should always wake up thinking Shatta Wale. And see, unfortunately, when you do some of these things, rather, you are seen as the sad one. Yeah. Me, when someone thinks he has an issue with the other, and every day he is the one talking about their issue, to me, I think such a person is rather the sad one, because the other one, what it means that he might have even moved on. And you are always sitting at one place. And let me also say this. Some of these things, they do it just to activate their social media. Yeah, sure. Because they know when they were with him, they had some hype. The hype developed into following. The moment you go away from him, that hype, if you are not careful, dies. Or it dwindles. Yeah. The only thing you can do to activate that hype is to come attacking him. because you know that when you attack him, one, he'll come and mention your name. You know, when you attack him, two, his fans will also come, activating your relevance and your interaction on social media.
And you get sympathizers from the
opposite side. Thank you. You also get sympathizers from the opposite side. Those who are just hating because they know they don't have any interest in the other. So I think that, yes, you have every reason to take your position with whoever you have an issue with. But for you to make the person like your business every day, this, every day, that, I think you are rather not happy. And I wish that Ras Deportee takes a cue from this. You guys have moved on. Me, I've been talking to him. I've moved. You guys have moved on, and I still think that you can manage yourself well. You can manage what you want to do next, so you don't even cross paths, because that's not what you want. You don't want to be crossing paths with him. So why go do something like this about him? But I share the very last one. Nasty has been one of hip life artists who was also delivering some good songs during the era of hip life. Now, on the streets of Accra, I'm being careful how to describe him. Some people are saying he has become a drug addict. Some people even think mentally he's not strong or he's not fit. Some people even think that, oh, the John that comes with a key. Some people even think that he has become a junkie, and it goes on like that. I don't know how my people are going to see this. And after that, we look at a major topic. I think not long ago, we looked at it. I remember Dr. Anita was even telling us, no, it was good we picked up that particular topic. The abuse of substances by entertainers. Some of them because of even shyness. Some of them for energy. Some of them just to be hyper. Like so many reasons why some people are abusing substances. He was spotted on the street, and I want us to see the video when he was spotted on the street.
Nasty. Girl, pay now per self, and I sang. And alright, me pa unchain, me pa ya was same train. Man, who want me to minga? Yanbo, Manu war hey. Yes, stepping no hotter this year. Yes, stepping no hotter this year. And some many continue. Met some men in fever. Me brand some melody. Man, on me who said me back, yeah, I see. Oh, she can't papa. Oh, Brani in this you. Minute yogi dogi. Wine on paddy pa. Empty my chalky. Chami wine on paddy pa. Empty my chalky. Asana mini de la so. Insi otodi. Every ab urefi. That's the name. Whoa, whoa. Ababamu waye. Ding. Any day you. Minute that's the best work. Say ya. Niepe. Billy Ocean Wahadia. Timano, yeah, Ghana man, I'm sorry. G-Wayne, come on.
All right, so that was Nasty. Still delivering some good notes with a voice, and what it means is that if he is well kept, he can continue with the music thing he started. Richie, bring that screen. What you just played, bring it again. There is one angle that I would want my people to pick something from. What Lipsy Baby suggested and Reggie Rockstone's response. It is something I would want us to look at as part of our discussion for this topic. Lipsy Baby came and said, yeah, organizing a concert for some of these old talented artists who are not making it can help them move up again. Can help them move up again back on the street. Okay. Then Isaac on their feet. Okay. And Isaac Ora said, you are really making sense. And Reggie Rockstone, who is the grandpapa of hip life, comes in to say, not a bad idea, but this money raised would have to go into his rehab and reintegration into society. It is a cruel world, and the stigma that comes with being a junkie is no joke. A lot of times it actually makes one give up and fall back into drugs. into the drag. So we will look at this as a different angle in discussing this. But then he has also granted an interview to SVTV Africa,
SVTV Africa.
SVTV, okay, that's right. SVTV Africa, and he has said something about drug usage or substance abuse. Let's go watch that, and when I come back, we'll have a discussion on it.
Young school life, I mean, say no normally no, so now kind of jot highest. Young school life, I mean, say no normally no, so now kind of jot highest. Drugs they will move different highest. If you make weed, but ubok cocaine, tie, this hanya money now. So ninya started from school and now say who started from jot weed and now feel school man I'll be upgraded. What's that to say?
Well, we started with it whole began with cigarettes. You understand? You start with a cigarette and you just taking the cigarette. Wow, you understand? You need some weed to get high though, and you know. Weed, you understand, but it's on the third sequence. You need something, you know, stronger and but before you realize, now I'm captive. Before I realize, now I'm captive. You understand?
Introduce hard drugs. They say cocaine was school now, and I say, "Free school."
Me was school. Me a baron.
That's what your baron is saying.
Me just say be a drug na kasa crab.
Now tongue.
And say me tongue. I'm for the to go in the money. I'm on the video.
No, I'm for the mama who the two crime. And I won't go find out the mama.
I'm found out that Bremi. No, my package. No, more the call.
That is a whitey.
No, me no.
Whitey.
Actually, powder.
Okay, it's no packaging mama for the fedia. A banny saying that. We are unim say because before now the mama for the two crime. Unim say shedan. Unim say yet me boy.
Yeah. Unim. I now blacks Ghanaians saying we want to act like overseas. You understand? Eh? San Yamana skinny breed. On the Mitchell. I wasn't taking until one day. Me handle drag na mobile and fancy taste it first.
I'm no school.
I'm SS3. I'm tasting me. Meditation, or simply come catch my ability, or so you can't catch my ability, you catch my bed tick, very hard, not drug me strong. May they come on a saying you may die. My addicted, I did and me feel me beside. So come on. I feel enough the rapid the we.
So the story of substance abuse among celebrities, and I don't know how we're going to handle this. Nana Regan, let me start this with you. Now you've been moving with so many artists because you go backstage and you see what they do before they hit the stage. Is this a reality that we should be cautioning these celebrities about? And the suggestion from Lipsy Baby, who is saying that we should be organizing concerts for them, and Reggie coming in to say, "Sikanin Pumunyana Manfanko ma rehab for na almost Angia." Back to Dukadaya.
Yeah, that's I mean. I think questioning them is very, very important. I mean, we all see, and know what some of these artists do, like you are saying before they mount stage. Even sometimes, even when they have nothing to do at all, that is where they have their source of fun comes from. They just move. Some of them will just be moving around and be doing drugs, alcohol, and all sort of things. So, I mean, if you have a strong team, if you are not the financier yourself, and you are under somebody, and you are fortunate to have a team that can control some of these things, I think it will help you, the artist. And as media people or as pundits, I think we should be able to send some of these messages out to some of these artists, sometimes engage victims like this so that people will pick lessons from it. They said that anytime obibe kwa asemuno wona ujine echire no and they are work but pick a lesson from whatever the person is going through so that you don't also take the same step and then go into that same situation. So I think engaging some of them like this is very, very important. I'm sure some of the artists or the new generation artists will be watching some of these things, and this kind of songs he's singing, they are all hit songs. So it should send a message to you that, and if you think you are in your peak, you have all the hit songs, and so you can't live any life. At some point in time, some of these situations you can get yourself into some of these situations, and it might not end well for you or for anybody. Because me, I am a student. They say when they are in their peaks and they are doing some of this, they think it is their lives. So more beyond into more beyond can be being but if you get to this stage, it becomes everybody's problem. You see what the lady is suggesting? Let's organize concerts for them. Now, if you want to organize a concert, never fast and Flex TV before. So, what it means is that certain time have been taken away from us, and it will be a charity concert. Maybe the time that Sammy Flex has to go and do his work, chase certain businesses to get money, he has to drop it because he has to do a charity thing for somebody. Now Reagan has to go and do something, and then now he has to stop it and go and do something because we want to, get some money and get some of these people back on their feet or get them off the streets. So a do stage where you'll be awesome. So me always have been saying that whatever life you are living, and your own life, until you get yourself into serious situations like this, one own down you say, oh, abrabona with a bit me will be crowd that dream be. And as a bit me will be cordon, it will take somebody's freedom from him. It will take somebody's business time from him. So yen tinya mabi asesa I say abrabo amebo ende no so bi ehu ebia wo de wo mu watonten time to uni eni a wo de be hu nyama bi so bi hu bibi na or draw your attention to it fa kwa jinjin and take lessons from some of these instead of also channel you not go into such situations. So the girl's suggestion is good, but at this point in our industry I am just asking myself, how are we going to do this? So what it means is that every artist, whether the person has tight schedules or not, has to find a time out of his or her tight schedules and present or avail him or herself for some of these activities. Said the bear will be so home better. And you see where the life you are living is not just life. Said the year giant me am a life. Who do for us call me Cortesia if I home and I'm a buffer if I home me the babu busimu. This is how you bring it to my family. This is how you bring it to my family. You say, I can say, the NGG, even 100 Ghana still describe and go and sort some of these people as 100 Ghana and make me they send them a man. Make me they are before from. Make me they are taught internet data they are juma be a mobile back. But I have to sacrifice that money just because you've been irresponsible, you did not take advice, you did not pick lessons from other people. I know sometimes accident and other issues might happen, no matter how careful you are and all of that. But there are certain avoidable errors. Yes, avoid it. So if you hear some of this message, I was also did kakra to go to okay, man, I'm may careful kakra, man, my mental so smoke, my mental so kakra, and son of my mental so kakra. So now, now for say, oh, me. A time will come, people will be suggesting that we should play concert to you, and if you don't take care, you will not get anybody to avail him or herself for such activity. Because Obia is busy at this point in time. So, people say, on such concerts, now we can't blame the person entirely because on also the whole trainer. A common then will baby or say, or Koji BB, or use our time, the Koji BB, the best survivor. And you want him to kill himself just for you? No. They do on more, not so bad, Jane. They are very good, and I think Reggie also added another brilliant suggestion there. Say the emphasis can show more rehab and sign a down to give it to them. Of course, it's true if you give it to them. Some of them, even if you rent for them, who don't know about catch friends on fancy come out.
I'm going to see guys friends on fancy come out.
Oh, talk about pekios be more. So it is. But when it gets to this point, it's very sad and very critical. And unfortunately for us in our country, we don't have a lot of rehab centers where we can easily pick some of these people and take them there. Say, okay, they should go through a certain treatments to get them back on their feet and all of that. So you will see them, and you'll be seeing them in videos like this on social media, and then it ends there. I'm out for the bay on Manyama, and then near Jato was obi mo so a ebejiji sika kakra na e dey akwa mo, but always sika na ebejiji no and solve the problem. No, what will solve the problem is say you be hu ade no ebi mu mo ya ade, but omo ntimi nka no kra na nchira nkrofo omo suro say, especially if the person is the one feeding you, who suro say okoka ebufu a omo sika ne bi. So it is difficult, but let's find a way to speak the truth to some of these people, especially when we know, say, okay, clearly, Uncle would mean say we woman or find a way to take them out of such environments. Maybe I create a new environment for them where he will feel like, okay, and yet me and I was me shake cocaine, me drink cocaine, me yes, me yes, because if you are busy and depending on the kind of people you roll with, you will get addicted to certain things depending on the friends that you have. Yeah. Because if your friend Chemo,
I think he even said it.
Yes. If Chemo is too busy, na Chemo na be amene e twakakra. Chemo chale onfa fini o na me kwako ye ejuma ba. O fra Chemo treta na o cancer assemblation na o prepare sa na o nya sika nkota. O be ko adwendwen mu. O chale Chemo the prepaid in sa emane mfrɛ me because tembi am be friend bi o so ko ye ejuma ba. Nti ejuma ne man sika bi man dey turn prepaid. Nti me so no ma starting to me wonfo. Na ejuma bi ba time na me dey call cha na me fan ko ye ejuma na me nje kakra mfa bi mbeto. So definitely we circle of friends in the better te wonyama bi so. But o don bon krofo bi mo ye ntu omofo. Omo be sa ba be shield against the people who can advise you and make you look like and make them look like omo ni na ye haters. Omo mpe wa asem. Enti no more count them no. Enti na wasem ba mo dine no. I've always been saying sometimes mo say kasana e nkon yi tintin e mo ma. And just say time obi o. Yeah. Sometimes the future projections that you see, like some of the things who die, a certain experience now she nipa na the same person now she amana na okwa kotomu na. Na unya bia obi kwa amanfo bi mu kom voice bi chen okwa mu ntimi can be being chess nipa. But now obekasa ma okon ntin be. So I think it was good. I get it. The suggestion from Lipsy is good. Okay. Reggie's things too, which if the event will even come up in the first place. Let's look at that one as well.
Bro, let's wrap up. Our time is up. We are closing.
Brasame, as an industry, the earlier we treat drug addiction as a pandemic, the better for everybody. In fact, the truth of the matter is we can't take it out of the system completely, but we can minimize the future effects and repercussions that will come to hit us in the future. We can at least minimize it. The reason why I'm saying this is because if you should check in our space, in fact, we are even very, very prone to some of these things. In fact, we are very prone to
those
these
things are
things
closer to us
than any other sector. Yes.
It is just recently that I saw one lawyer. He was going to court and he had his what was the drink? Mandingo.
Our own Mandingo.
Yes.
The Mandingo.
Yes.
Hey, you are going
to Charlie, was shedding wing. Ajine black. And the computer in books. And Mandingo is shedding home.
Okwa jelly of ya.
Ramos is Mandingo is shedding fire. Oh, and they were coming to the SWAT. Oh, I'm sure you guys never saw the photo. Never know I was trading online. Never know I was trading online.
Wow.
Like I was saying, in fact, our industry in there, we are very, very prone to it because, especially even psychologically in the crowd, am I yet very, very open to some of these things because a lot of people need some of these substances to even psych them up. Some even need them to calm them down. Some obia would into or drug, but the abuse of it is what we should be able to fight against. And I always say if into me and drop it down our tools now, especially to orient ourselves to the dangers of drug abuser. In the near future, we are going to drop our tools, and it will be on a negative effect it is having on our industry, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Okay.
I was just casting my mind back when I share a full interview, and he spoke a lot about even the circle of friends. And let's you see, I said hey, and a hip life is for
I remember.
And if you should listen to some of these people's comments, you realize it was something that was so peculiar among them. That is why we can't even name about 10 or 15 hip lifers who are, excuse me to say, straight and still relevant. No. No, in terms of music. No.
XDO.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
My idea. But you see, the truth of the matter is we have about 50% of that generation off.
That one is true. Yeah. And it looks scary.
Yes, and most of them to drugs. And it makes the whole thing scary. And these are people who were supposed to hand a generational baton to a certain generation up front. Which is why we are even suffering the effects now. Because those hip lifers were not even able to hand that baton to this generation. Which is why they are also chasing another even genre somewhere else. And we look very, very disorganized and even not knowing our way forward. These are some of the effects that can happen to our industry, aside the personal effects na Yanka say, like Regan said, contributing, leaving some of these important stuff that we are supposed to do and going to their aid. In fact, if we are able to orient ourselves now, we should be able to save some of these comments of, oh, man, yeah, drugs are mean to mint now. Man, say, yeah, I need this, I need that. Yes, we know you are trying to say your truth. You are trying to say some of these things just for you to feel cool. But you have no idea the rippling effect on other people coming. Okay. Maybe you are saying that if you don't smoke, you can't live. We are not saying it is not true or it is true. But you see, the way you say it and the platform in which you say it has some ripple effect on somebody coming. If you are not be urban, when you are correct upbringing, so some of they all depend on some of these comments in order to also survive or even thrive in the industry. So if a certain somebody is saying, oh, man, you say, I mean to mean now, and the person is also looking up to you, at the end of the day, the person can also be influenced to that direction. And maybe light off or and it is one of those things. So the moment we become proactive and treat this as a pandemic or a canker in the system, it will make everybody alert. Even those who are even actively in it in the crowd would know that, okay, maybe it has already consumed me and I'm gone. What effort can I also put in? Even if it means joining campaign groups to do these things. When ACE and other things were in high, or they were having huge negative effects on society, some of these campaign groups, music and stuff were able to give people some form of good orientation on how to even battle it out. So even if somebody is really consuming and an addict, even in as at now, who say, oh, there's a certain group of musicians who periodically or even good associations go out and preach about some of the negative effects of these things. I'm not going to know why a case study. I'm sure I said nasty. Oh, Fred say, oh, this is a campaign we want to do, and we want to get you involved. Even though say in the Casa no cat, he wouldn't like. And yet there's sorry in WhatsApp position we move.
But in order to save somebody's future, he will avail himself to that campaign. And at least if that will be his last effort to save somebody or save the future in Ghana, I'm sure they will be willing to do it. So as an industry, let's treat this as urgent as possible.
Okay, Chamo, let's wrap up on this. Drug abuse or substance abuse among detainers. Now, Roland says something. I even want to come in and add that. He said, in that hip life for no it's serious even today.
Yes. So they do it.
No, it's even serious today.
Oh yes, it's true.
Because today most of them doing it are so young. Those times most of them were at least they were adults. Now most of them don't even know what they are doing. They are just doing it for the fashion sense. Say, oh, be a yebi, yeah.
And this time around there are new ones coming. Like the balloons and all that.
No, new ways of doing it. And they have made it so easy.
Yes.
Now you don't have to stress to even get it.
And if nightlife kakra and it's so easy to be part of it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Because when you get there, it's like everybody is
doing it, yes.
Except you.
Yes.
So if you are not strong,
you don't want to be ostracized, yeah.
Yes, you will be part of it. It's so easy, and it's scary as well. And because no matter what, it won't end well if you get into drugs and you especially when you get so deep into it. That's the end of it. It will not end well. The suggestion coming from the lady, it's a good idea, but it's not a good suggestion. Giving them money will not solve any problem. In fact, it will even make them worse because you are going to give them resources to even.
Yeah, and exactly what Reggie said.
Yes, and Reggie Rastomo, he has done it before. I think there was one guy like that. He took him to a rehab. He took care of him for some, I think about 3 months. The guy was okay before they took him home and all that. Reggie has done it before, though. I think he has experience. Yeah, so he has experience to give better advice than what the lady was trying to say. It was just a quick knee-jerk reaction, as some people will call it. Just let's organize something and give them something. No, if you give them something, you are just going to fool.
If not stopped anything.
Yes.
If you give them something, if not stopped something.
No, not at all. So we will continue to advise some of them and also tell them that Charlie, if you go that way, it will not end well. So you better stop or go like change your direction. That will help you. And this is sad when you see that a talented musician who was on top of his game at the time and
it's going down like that.
It's so
it's
sad.
hurtful, yeah.
Yes, and this is it's not only happening in Ghana. All over the world, some of these things happens, even in America.
And it puts a lot of fears in parents.
Yeah, sometimes these are some of the reasons why some parents will not support their children to go into entertainment, especially because the way some people end up is not something that anybody will be proud of. I remember the story of the Golden Voice. For him, he was a presenter. And one day, one of his colleagues said that, oh, this one is not this one. And that's the end of him. He was so addicted to it that he was even sacked from the job.
Wow.
Yes, his family, everything. He lost everything. Now living on the street. Until somebody find him like the same way this guy. And then he said something and said, wow, you have such a nice voice. I think some people may even use you. And then the video went viral. And then later they tried to give him
take him through the rehab,
yes. And then he got contract and all that. Like, so for him, he got a second chance. But the truth is that a lot of people will not get that chance. So don't even dare, like, don't try and say that it's my body, I can handle it and all that. No, you can't handle it. So it's better you stop for now. Yes. And the best that we can do is to advise people to be careful about it. And if they go through this direction and we have a means to help them, why not? But a lot of them will not get the help that they are looking for.
I see. It is a sad story, and today's society is even at a higher risk because I see what is happening when you go out. You see young people, and women. Hey, women. It's not even men, no. Women, like women, young girls. They're abusing substances and Charlie. It's not easy. A man.
Yeah. Balloon.
Then I call it. Like I said, balloon so be a ubi. Hey!
Yeah, one of my directions are only a balloon. Me could tell me there will be
Kwajibi na who?
Laughing gas.
Alright, so Friday.
Balloon, in the wife, medical in the wife. At some point, also
they endorsed it. Yeah. I saw it.
Now it is common in pubs. So.
Friday, what time are we playing?
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Ghana time.
Yeah, because we will be playing at the same time.
Friday 3 p.m.
Ghana time.
Okay, then it means the live edition on Friday will be very sweet. Yeah. We hope that it doesn't end in tears. Thanks to Team Dodi Solomon, Chamu at the extreme end, our online manager, also a digital content strategist. Nana Regan is the road manager for musician Wendy Shea. He's also a publicist, a blogger, an event person, and more. And Roland Amate is also a blogger. He's also an event promoter and, of course, a talent manager, same way. I also want to say thanks to the production crew, Digital Rasta Currency is on camera, Richie Flex, editor, director, Emmanuel Forila, PG producer, Gideon Nilamtesin is the creative director. My name is Sammy Flex. More for you here on Sammy Flex TV. So what you have to do is to subscribe to this and wait for more. I'll see you tomorrow when we come here. Let's meet there. We're out of here.